Zak Mirz is an American magician that likes performing an audience-oriented magic. He performed a mind-blowing magic in the 2025 America's Got Talent show, which kept the judges and the audience astonished. We, the Magic Reveal Home, enjoyed this magic, but we also know the secrets behind this amazing trick. That is why we want to share it with you also. But before we go on, please support us by subscribing to our channel and also like and share this video. In this act, Zak Mirz, the magician, had earlier dropped a teacup and saucer in front of the judges on their table. The saucers had a distinctive alphabet written on it, and under Simon's saucer was letter B written on it. For Sophia, letter E, Melby, letter A, and Howie was letter R. The magician gave the judges wooden cubes with inscriptions of bear, ice cream, angel, ball, flower, and elephant on the 6 sides of it. The magician told the judges to select an object on the cube, but it should be different from what other judges chooses. The magician then told the judges that they should put the cubes in their hands and roll it to have a turning effects. The magician told the judges to place the cubes inside the teacup, and they did. The magician placed an image of different objects inscribed on the wooden cubes on the screen for the judges, audience, and viewers at home to see so they can partake in the build-up to the magic. The magician then asked the judges respectively which objects they rolled to, and Simon said it was a ball. For Sophia, it was an elephant. For Melby, it was an angel, and for Howie, it was color red. The magician then told judges, audience, and viewers at home to lift up their fingers, and they did. He told them to use that finger and point at any ball on the image, whether basketball, football, volleyball, or any ball, and they did. That was for Simon's object. For Sophia's object, which was an elephant, the magician told everyone to move their finger closest elephant on the image, and they did. For Melby's object, which was an angel, the magician also instructed everyone to move their fingers and point at any angel on the image closer to their previous selection, which was the elephant, and they did. For Howie's choice was red. The magician told everyone to point at any red object closer to the angel they chose. The magician then told him that the red object they all pointed at on the image was the red bear. Everyone was surprised because the bear was everyone's choice. But that's not all. The magician then reveals the alphabet underneath the saucers, which was B for Simon, E for Sophia, A for Melby, and R for Howie, and combining the 4 alphabet spells the word bear. Everyone was shocked and amazed, witness such an unbelievable act. The magician then went on stage and revealed the red bear to his daughter. But how did the magician get the prediction, right? How did he make the judges to select objects that matches with the alphabet underneath their saucer? Don't worry, in this video, we will uncover the tricks and secret behind these amazing magic by Zak Mirz. But before we continue, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please do so to support us and also share our videos. First, the trick here is that the cubes the magician gave the judges was designed such that the symbol on the cubes given to the judges matched with the alphabet under the saucers of judges, respectively. The magician had designed the cubes with magnets in opposite sides of the choices which he wanted to, and made it appear to being the judges' choices. This works because the saucers were designed in such a way that if it had a negative pole of the magnet, while the cubes had the positive pole of magnets. We know positive and negative poles of the magnet attracts, while the positive and positive poles repel. When the magician told the judges to put the cubes in their hands and roll it, he gave them the impression that their choices of the objects they earlier chose might change due to the shaking and rolling of the cubes. The magician told them to put the cubes in the teacup and cover their hands on it, and they did. The cubes in the teacups switched due to the magnetic effects, turning the magnetic side of the cube. This made the base of the cube to stick to the teacup, giving the judges a forced selection of the objects. This happens while their hands were still placed on top of the teacups. In this illustration, you can see a typical example of how a magnetic cube works. Here, magnetic dice is being tossed, and all the outcomes are 6 because the opposite sides have magnet on it, which switches and sticks to the material, however the die is tossed. The magician asked Simon what he rolled to, and it was a ball. He asked Sophia and her choice an elephant. Melby's cube was an angel, and Howie's cube was red. All these choices were forced on the judges because their cubes had turned. The magician then places an image on the screen which had many objects and symbols such as bear, elephants, flowers, angel balls, colored objects, ice cream, and so on. The magician then told everyone to lift up their fingers and point at the screen, and they did. He told everyone to hold still. He said they should point at any ball on the screen, and they did. Recall, the ball was Simon's choice. The magician then told everyone to point at the closest elephant, which was Sophia's choice, and they did. The third option was Melby's choice, which was an angel, and the magician told everyone to point their fingers to the closest angel, and everyone did. The next was Howie's. The magician told everyone to point at the next closest red object, and they did. The magician then said that the red object all of them were pointing to is a bear. The judges and the audience were so surprised and astonished on how the magician had known and predicted their choices. This is very clear because from the image the magician placed, if you look closely and you divide the image into two parts, you notice that there is no elephant in the left-hand side of the image. So, if you're to choose from the left-hand side of the image, you must connect to the elephant on the right-hand side of the image. In the image, there are only two bears, one blue color on the left-hand side, and the other red on the right-hand side, which are surrounded by 3 angels and 4 elephant, such that if you point at the objects in a different way you had choose before, you will still have the red bear as your final choice, because of the way the objects were arranged in the image. For the matching alphabets with the choices of the judges, recall that the cubes had switched to the items the magician wanted, and that is why he earlier placed the saucer to match with the first alphabet of the choices of the judges. But this was a forced selection. On revealing and combining the alphabets, it spelled the word bear, and everyone was amazed. Now you understand the secret behind these amazing tricks. It takes us a lot of time and effort to bringing you amazing contents like this. Please support us by liking and sharing our videos, and also subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos ahead.